I mean, after listening to, like I said, probably thousands, if not tens of thousands of interviews, and people's stories. I mean, one thing is that if you are sharing something of yourself and you're willing to go beyond those parameters that you have set up all the time, or these kinds of manners and niceties and the cliches of talking that aren't about you or your voice or your story, but just kind of the way people say something. If you go beyond the expected language, if you're willing to share a story that is more authentic, I'm interested. Like, let's go right away. It doesn't have to have fireworks and amazing plot lines. If it's truly shared, and especially if you can really spin a yarn, but even without that, if you can just tell me what happened, tell me in a way that doesn't sound like anybody else is telling it. Not because you're such an amazing storyteller, but just because you're using your own voice and you're actually connecting to the real feelings from the experience at the time. Then it's totally captivating. I get excited every time I open up one of these files to hear the next story about what story am I going to hear, what's it going to be. Not because I think I'm going to hear about something that I've never heard of before or something that is so amazing, but because human experience is just, it's vast and it's varied, but it's also it's important. All these little things matter. I mean, you hear about somebody telling you about how they met somebody. Well, you know how people meet. It's not like you couldn't come up with something on your own, but hearing how that person met and how it made them feel, and reality makes you think, okay, well then, it makes you think about your own relationship and your own, reflecting on your own life, and it all happens, and it's completely different than reading something where people are either sometimes in StoryCorps interviews where people they don't allow themselves to go beyond kind of niceties, or just anything that you kind of get out in the world that is just a little bit more polished and neat and just same, frankly. So story, to me, the essence of story is in the voice. It's why is that person telling that story to the person they're telling it to?